And all I am at this point is my lap. And my body is just moving around unconsciously, and the sun is just beaming down information into my head. And I'm like, is this fucking real? This is crazy.
Influx of just data coming.
Just data. And then I did that multiple days. And then one day, I got done meditating. I probably was like 3 or 4 hours in. And there was a turtle sitting in front of me when I got done meditating. And then one day I got done meditating. And
you were very still if a turtle walked up on you, because a turtle wouldn't come in your direction.
And it took a long time for the turtle to even get there.
Because he's slow.
Because the turtle is slow. And then I would notice that when I entered different states of consciousness, the sounds around me changed. I could hear a bird from the other side of town.
Oh, wow.
The wind would be different. And then one day I opened my eyes, and in front of me on the tree was a squirrel that was like hanging on the side. And it was making a noise I never heard a squirrel make from that point on. Up until that point or from that point. Like this chirping sound. It's like chirping, purr kind of. And then it just started, I look at it, I'm still, and it just started urinating while it was hanging on the side of the tree. And then one day I came out, and this all stuff happening to me over and over again. And then one day I come out of meditation, open my eyes, and there's like 100 birds in front of me. And then one day I come out of meditation, and there's a butterfly on my shoulder. And then I noticed that in pictures that I'm taking, there's like always a rainbow halo over my head as the sun is beaming down on my crown.
Oh, wow.
I'm starting to notice these patterns. And then one day I say something crazy to my then girlfriend. I ran in the house and said, "Hey, you'll come outside for a minute?" She said, "Yeah, what's up?" I said,
Can you back up? You said your dead girlfriend?
my then girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, my
Okay.
then girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time,
Okay.
who ended up becoming my wife.
Okay.
I said, come outside, I can make the sun come out. She was like, what? I said, yeah, I said, it's cloudy outside right now, and I want to show you that I can make the sun come out. She's like, all right. I sat down on my little chair outside in what I call my secret garden. Went through the same process again. Sure enough, clouds part, sun beams down on my head. Looked at her, I said, I told you. She's like, okay. She thought I could tell she thought it was a coincidence, mm-hmm. Right? And then I would be riding with her and my kids, and I would say, y'all want me to make it start raining? And every single time, I would just say it, like, every single time it would stop. But I'm only doing it with my family. I would dare tell nobody else.
Right.
And I started noticing, like, okay, if we create our reality, we create our reality for real. I just got to get real good at creating the things that I want. But for some reason, I've never been told I couldn't manipulate the weather with my mind, right? Yeah. So I have no problem doing that, but it was harder for me to manifest money because I was taught to believe that money was the root of all evil. Ooh. So there was more work that I had to be done on that area. Yes. So I'm like, all right, cool, I could do these things where I could communicate with the birds and the things of that nature, but the real stuff that matters in the 3D world, I was having trouble with, right? Yeah. But I started to notice, and then my mom has fibromyalgia, mm-hmm. And she would complain about her bones hurting, and I would just go over her house and lay my hand on her leg, and she would start hurting. My stepfather, who's no longer with us, knew this about me, and when he had a stroke, he was having a stroke on the hospital bed. He's like, Robbie, come do that thing. Put your hand on my heart. And I did it, and he just relaxed. I used to have migraine headaches up until I was able to do this because I got hit in the face by a truck. So I always had migraine headaches. I told my brain that I no longer have headaches. I haven't had a headache since I was 27 years old. I'm 40 now. I don't take medicine. I can control my emotional vibration. I can give myself chill bumps on command. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you showed me, but I like seeing it.
So,
can we bring the camera closer?
It will zoom in.
Okay. I'm waiting for them to come up here. Last time they popped all out here. Wow, there you go. Wow.
So, I realized I could control things, right? And it started dawning on me what happened throughout my life. I was radiating a negative image of myself and a negative energy, and that's what I attracted into my reality. Even down to me being in that car accident, I was in a negative vibration, super pissed off in the back seat because my cousin couldn't ride with us home. So I'm radiating this negative energy, right?
And you drew that to you.
I drew that to me. I drew all of it to me.
You know what?
A lot of people have a hard time accepting that part.
Yeah, but yeah, if they start, and sometimes it
But
takes
it
the way
empowered
that,
me.
Yeah, and the way that you explain it is going to empower people. I want to talk about the same thing you manipulating, because I saw you on one of your YouTube videos how you manipulate. What was interesting is, and this is a subject I want you to talk about, is the more that in that meditation that you were doing, you kept saying, I love me. You were taking us through the exercise saying, I love me, and how important it is. Would you say, I love me, or I love you?
I love you.
I love you, yeah. And you were speaking to yourself, right? And then the wind started blowing and things like that. Tell us about the power of love and saying
If you love and forgiveness, if you just repeat those words over and over again, you're going to experience yourself at a whole nother level. You'll become aware that you don't have to take my word for it that you're God or that you're powerful, that you're going to feel it. You're going to know it. And there's a side effect. The side effect is you'll become so addicted to love that anytime you feel hate in your body, it'll feel like somebody's trying to kill you. Because your body will it'll reject that negative energy so much. Or if you're around somebody that's negative, you'll feel it so deeply that it'll make you ill. So, but I realized that forgiveness, something about those words, I forgive you or I love you. If you say that over and over again, your whole biological makeup is going to change and the atmosphere around you is going to change too. And people will know that I'm telling the truth even if they don't want to do the work, because everybody's walked in a room filled with negative people and said, man, I don't like the vibes.
That's right.
Everybody's walked in a loving room and I love the vibes. We just said it, but vibes is short for vibration. You know, the people in the room changes the ions that are in the room, the atoms that are, the particles that are in the atmosphere. Right now, you and I are radiating a certain energy. Notice we haven't been disturbed this whole time while we've been in here.
That's right.
People have to be vibrating at a certain level in order to enter your reality. And so I started to realize that we were powerful, but I had some work to do on myself. There was areas in my life where I struggled with. And I just started working on myself. And I made life a promise, big life. I said big life. I'm little life. I'm big life too, but I'm little life in this physical form. Big life, if this is real, if this works for me, I'll spend every single day of my life trying to encourage other people to do the same thing. And that was 2011, and I've been on the journey since then. I started podcasting when nobody knew what a podcast was, and I just started talking into a microphone trying to encourage everybody to master their minds. Get back to love. You never seen a group of loving people go to war.
So true.
You've never seen a group of loving people kill, and some people say they kill in the name of love. That's hatred disguised as love. Because when you're really in that frequency of love, I don't want anything from you but what's best for you, what you think is best for you. And that means I can't harm you at that point. I can't take from you at that point.
And your decisions won't impact me because I love you too much.
I love you too much because I love myself too much.
So, Robbie, do you have, so I know the coaching that we've had one-on-one.
Yeah.
But now that you stepped into this greater awareness, well, not even, we've already in it, but now you're making it public.
Yeah.
Are you making this kind of coaching available? Like, what is it you're doing next with that?
Yeah, Mind Master Society. That's my new,
Mind Master Society. Is that the website name?
Yeah, mindmastersociety.com.
Okay.
It's just a couple weeks in.
Okay.
We did our first meeting a few days ago. But I'm looking, my other company, Web Asset Group, was the Master Your Mind, Make Money Online.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that I could put the spirituality in there, but it didn't attract that.
Yeah.
Mind Master Society is for people that I want to be a wizard. I want to see myself as I want to literally learn how to create my reality consciously.
So elite thinkers.
Elite thinkers, and this is the group of people that I'm attracting in there, and it's phenomenal. I got a course in there, and I'm adding more to it every day. And then we do monthly coaching calls as well. But I'm always putting content in there.
That has got to be intense. Not intense in the sense of that kind of intense, but just the vibration and the bigness of those coaching calls. That is amazing.
And I'm a businessman too, because I own 3 other companies that deal with corporate side of work. So I had to go through this transformation of saying, you know what? I am the fucking wizard, and I don't give a fuck if these other people know that I own the company, but I'm also a wizard.
That's right.
They can leave. Right. I'm going to live my life as the wizard.
That's right.
Because that's who I am in my real life, And, but for a while I struggled with that. Like I wanted to keep the 2 worlds separate. Like I don't know that I own this other company.
I get it.
Because
of people and who they are in the flesh. I get it. Yeah.
But it don't matter. If I'm really the wizard, the right people going to be with me anyway.
Yes.
In all the companies.
Absolutely.
And the wrong ones are not.
Yep.
And it's all good.
And it's going to do a clean sweep.
It's going to do a clean sweep.
Yes.
And that's another thing. People got to be willing to, when people say they want to change their life, they don't understand that they have to become life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
You are life, and you have to change yourself in order for your life to change.
Mm-hmm.
Your life having a life experience.
So, Rob, you had an interesting take on, when I first met you, had an interesting take on marriage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The business aspect of it.
Yeah.
You really couldn't grasp, like, I did it because, legally, you're being with somebody.
Yeah.
But it was a business decision.
Yeah.
But since then, like, it's just like in the past, like, few months, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say you think differently about it. Can you tell me what your old thinking was about marriage? And the reason why I bring that up is because I go from love to now I'm thinking about relationship and then marriage and what true relationship look like and all of that.
I've always had a weird relationship with the idea of how Western society looks at marriage, or Eastern, wherever we are.
Everywhere, even families, how they view our families and that dynamic.
Like nobody really cares if you're really happy; they just want you to be married, right? But I would have people say, "When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get married?" And I resisted. I used to say I'll never get married because I understood what it was on a third dimensional level. It's a contract. It's a legal contract. You get together with a person because you love them, and then you invite the government to get in bed with you. And then when you try to get out of the bed, the government's like, wait, we got a contract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And most people won't look, they won't even admit that part. Mm-hmm. They won't even admit that it's a contract. So I'm not against it, but you need to know what it is. Before anybody gets married, go file a divorce online. Mm-hmm. And people are like, what do you mean by that? Because I want you to know what you're getting into.
Okay.
Because you need to know what you're going to have to go through to get out of it if you ever have to get out of it.
That is so deep because a marriage license costs less than $100 and a judge will marry you for free. But when you go to get divorced.
Exactly.
And a marriage application is one page.
Exactly.
Divorce is pages and pages.
Pages and pages. So people need to know what they're doing. And if somebody's telling you not to look at it like that, that's the first sign that it's a scam. I'm not saying it's a scam, but you need to.
There's a setup in
there. It's a setup in there.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get in there for $25 and it's going to cost me $25,000, whatever it is, to get out of it.
Right.
So you just need to know what you're doing. And then first of all, you need to know who you are. Mm-hmm. You know, some people see love and marriage as, you know, this person makes me whole. I don't see it like that no more. We got to be two whole people already.
That's right.
That decided to come together and share our wholeness with each other.
Yeah.
And you don't have to legally marry. You can if you want to, of course, but you don't have to do. All this is make believe. Mm-hmm. None of this grew out of the ground or fell out of the sky. We made it up as human beings. Everything.
That's true. That's right.
And I started asking myself, like, why am I doing certain things and not doing other things? Am I doing it because it makes sense to me, or am I doing something because it's just tradition? And tradition is just something that somebody that lived before me made up.
Oh, you can't. That's deep. Now, you know what? That is so true. I never looked at it like that. And here we're adopting it.
Yeah.
Because it's there.
It's there.
But we can create a new there.
We can create a new there. We can create a new tradition.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I would get married,
Mm-hmm.
But
this time, if you get married, because you're not married now,
no.
But you would get married, but what would be different about marriage for you the next go around? And single ladies, leave that alone. Don't even go there, okay? We're gonna just let him be where he is right now.
Being whole is the most important thing as an individual. That's all I can say is, like, you gotta know who you are. You gotta be able to be loving and kind regardless of whoever is there or not there.
That's right.
And that's the most important thing. Interacting with another whole person is the most beautiful thing in the world. Because you don't need them and they don't need you.
Yeah. Ooh,
but every single day you choose to be together.
That's so good.
You're choosing each other every single day.
That's right. That's right.
I gotta choose I can wake up right now and say, I can wake up tomorrow, and then I don't want to put this in the universe, but a person can wake up tomorrow and choose to be negative, or they can choose to be positive.
See, the importance of you changing and saying, not I, but a person, because of the wizardry,
yes,
things manifest really quick.
Right.
So you had to put it in the generalization
rather
than
me.
Attaching.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because whatever you say about yourself, that's what you are.
That's right.
If you say, "Oh, I wake up feeling like this tomorrow," that's what you're gonna wake up as tomorrow. Yeah. So I said somebody else. People just need to know. They need to think. There's a lot of people come out of the womb and they just believe whatever they've been taught to believe.
Non-thinkers actually are the ones that live in the most hell.
You get rewarded for being a non-thinker on this planet.
Explain that.
If you go right now, all you got to do to get the most applause is just believe whatever everybody in that room is believing.
Got it.
If I walk into a Republican room, all I got to say I'm a Republican, I'm gonna get a standing ovation. If I walk into a Democratic room, same thing. If I walk in pro-black, same thing. If I walk into a vegan room, I'm a vegan too. Oh, you're amazing. But if I challenge any of those rooms, I'm no longer accepted by the people in that room.
Yeah. If you walk into any of those rooms you just said and say that you're a wizard,
they all gonna look at me like that. Right.
But you're at a place where you don't.
I don't give a shit.
You're free, right?
Because I worry about graveyards, and I think all of those people probably live their lives worrying about what other people thought about them, and all they ass dead right now.
That's true.
And none of us even know who any of them were.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm a wizard. I create my reality.
Yes, you do.
I can manifest anything I want to manifest into my reality, and every single day I'm becoming a bigger and bigger believer of what I'm capable of achieving and bringing into fruition. every day.
Because the signs and wonders keep showing up.
They keep showing up.
Yeah.
And if people believe, I listen and I'm like, if you believe in that, I'm going to believe in my shit.
That's so good.
Like,
right? Yeah.
You believe that?
Right.
Oh, but because so many other people believe that too,
right.
Your crazy shit is now normal.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this is my crazy shit.
Yeah, and it's good.
I'm the wizard.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got to start thinking if we're ever going to be free.
I totally agree.
If I'm going to be free, I got to live what's inside of me, not what you want to be inside of me.
So, say I have some friends watching this, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to have a session with him. I would love to understand more, whatever." How would I be able to decide, or how do you decide, which of the group are good referrals for you when it comes to the society that you've created?
The crazy part is, if somebody's showing up after they didn't heard that I call myself the wizard, they already in.
Got it.
If you that comfortable that I can say that, that is the barrier of entry. I'm not dressing up and saying, "Oh, you know, talking like everybody else and showing up like everybody else." I'm just putting it out there. If you're attracted to it, you're attracted to it. If you're not, you're not. You know, like, this is for people that they're tired of playing small. They want to believe that they can accomplish anything.
And they tired of being distracted by what they see in the world.
Correct.
So that they continue to play full out and show up for themselves every single day.
1,000%.
I was going to take you back to the Wendy's incident. I wrote it down. You said we'll talk about it later, I guess, off camera. But is there anything else that you want us to understand about where you are that I haven't covered?
Where I'm at a place of alignment. Living unapologetically. Attracting the wrong people and attracting the right people and cutting the wrong people off.
Cutting the wrong people off.
I've let a lot of people go. A lot of people. Not because they were bad people, but because being around them didn't make me feel like a wizard.
You know what's interesting? Is it okay to talk about the last couple of months since you've decided on your divorce, what I've noticed?
Yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely.
I've noticed that once you decided to sever from the energy that you were connected to, what's that other term you use? From the
consciously uncoupled.
Consciously uncoupled. I love that. Oh, that's so good. That's rich.
And then from one container, get out of
the container. Yes, you decided to come out of that container.
Yeah. Since
then, your mind has just been so open and free and flowing. And that's when I saw the vibration of the wind blowing and all this other kind of stuff. When you're in the wrong container, it's like a pot. A plant in a pot. If it's in the wrong container, it cannot grow.
A whale will die on a fishbowl.
A whale what?
A whale will die in a fishbowl.
In a fishbowl, sure. Yeah.
There's a reason why the whale is in the ocean and not in the pond. The ocean is big enough to contain not only that whale, but a bunch of other whales.
Nice.
And I was with a great person.
I agree.
Who I have nothing but love and respect for.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Sweet one.
But I wasn't 100% who I am. And who I know I can be. And I needed to exit that container in order to expand.
And in order to save her. Do you know how much pain you would have caused her?
Right.
Had you stayed in it? The suffering, because then she'd been being pulled by this energy that she wasn't interested in. She loved being in peace. Right. And then here you go with all your extra shenanigans, moving the furniture around outside, just trees and all that stuff moving. It would not have been healthy for her. Right. It would have pushed her a lot.
And people demonize me, because
you left the container?
Because I left the container.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about what those people think.
As you should. It's your life.
It's my life.
Yeah.
And what I said about it is I said, I'm not explaining. I'm just telling you what I'm doing.
Yeah, and count it a blessing that I'm telling you what I'm doing. Because I don't have to tell you anything because it's your life.
It's my life. And fortunately, I care more about myself than I care about other people.
That's right.
And people think that's even radical.
That's
like, how are you supposed to care about your neighbor more? My neighbor don't care about me more than I care about them. So
Right.
I gotta love me.
Yep.
And so
charity starts at home.
yes, but it wasn't even about her. It was about me.
I get it. I'm just looking on the outside of it. I always like to be fair to the
Yeah.
whole couple.
Yeah.
Like one of my girlfriends, she always said that I'm a best friend
Right.
to her marriage, not
Right.
just to her.
I love that.
You understand? So
1000%.
so therefore, when she was off center,
Yeah.
I said, "No, you're off center because I'm looking at the collective."
Yeah.
So when we talk, even though I'm interviewing you, I'm still loving your last container.
Yes, me
because
too.
of who she is as a person.
She provided a lot of space for me to
Oh my
grow
gosh,
into who I am.
Yeah, it was a big
And
key part of your beginning.
Big key part.
Yeah.
I always gave her credit for that.
I appreciate it for that too. But here we are.
I looked at it, I said, I could die one day. Everybody will. And you can't stop that. And you're going to leave a container in that nobody can reverse.
Yeah.
So the master will die to him or herself while they're still alive several times in order to become more of who they are capable of becoming.
That's good.
And that's all I'm doing. I'm constantly evolving. My spirit the spirit that I am feels free.
I'm gonna tell you something that's interesting, Robbie. So I am engaged.
Yes.
When I met him 5 years ago, I was doing everything to resist him.
Mm-hmm.
I broke up with him 1,000,001 times.
Yeah.
Because our spirits found one another and did something I was unaware of, and it's going to make its way in.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that your spirit, no matter how much you try to fight something,
Right.
your spirit is going to say,
It's
no,
gonna fool you.
but this is where you need to be. And you'll try to
Exactly.
pull away, try to make sense of it. It's not going to make sense.
Yeah.
The connection is not going to make sense.
Right.
But you're going to feel so much of who you need to
Right.
be when you're in it. Because I kept feeling amazing when I was around him.
Absolutely.
But then when I wasn't around him, I was like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that.
Exactly.
But then I couldn't stop thinking about him. And then I was just, oh man, but when I'm with him, I'm so illuminated.
Right.
Right. So
It means you're supposed to be with him.
It's when you're supposed to be with them. So I say that to say, don't resist.
Yes.
When it comes, because your spirit is so wide
Oh,
open,
yeah.
you're going to get somebody that's so wide open and
Right.
amazing as well.
1000%.
And so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. And I want people to know, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to choose what's good for you.
Yep. So do we talk about Wendy's on camera or off camera?
Off camera.
Awesome.
Off camera.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you.
So
This has been literally the best interview I've ever done.
Oh.
Hands down.